Alrighty guys, we're back for some 4-color spirits, and this is a Brothers War standard brew. We're gonna go over the deck, then hop right into some ranked, but first things first, for anyone who may not know, I'm Red Cat and I play aggro decks and any decks with red in them as well, so I hope that sounds fun to you. Also, we do got that Discord link if you're interested in joining that up. Speaking of Discord, guys, this was a suggestion over in the Discord, an Obscura Ascendancy deck based around sagas as well. So thank you so much for the suggestion. This is gonna be a fun one. Naturally, I had to put the Red Cat twist on it and add red, so let's go over Obscura Ascendancy first. This is a 3-mana enchantment. We got 3 of them in here. It's rockin' Esper colors up there. Whenever you cast a spell, if its mana value is equal to 1 plus the number of soul counters on Obscura Ascendancy, put a soul counter on Obscura Ascendancy. Then create a 2/2 white spirit creature token with flying. Okay, so it's going to be a little bit difficult to get the ball rolling sometimes, as you're going to need that mana value 1 to get the ball rolling. But then after that, I think it's going to be pretty easy to get spirits from this. But then also, bottom ability here, as long as there are 5 or more soul counters on Obscura Ascendancy, spirits you control get +3/+3. So nice. So we have a bunch of other ways to get spirits in here as well, like Hallowed Haunting. We do see this card often, but I want to go over it real quick. A 4-mana enchantment. As long as you control 7 or more enchantments, creatures you control have flying and vigilance. Okay. Whenever you cast an enchantment spell, create a white spirit creature, a white spirit cleric creature token with this creature's power and toughness are each equal to the number of spirits you control. Nice. So what else do we have in here that creates spirits then? Well, we have a top end of Teferi, a Temporal Pilgrim, a 5-mana 4-loyalty planeswalker that you guys have probably been seeing since its release, right? Whenever you draw a card, put a loyalty counter on Teferi. The 0 ability is draw a card. The -2 ability is absolutely insane. Create a 2/2 blue spirit creature token with vigilance. Whenever you draw a card, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. So another way to get spirits on the board, which is just going to pair beautifully with Hallowed Haunting, and of course the Ascendancy getting those spirits to buff the clerics as well. Pretty cool. The -12 here too, it wouldn't be unheard of to get the -12, honestly. So target opponent chooses a permanent they control and returns it to the owner's hand. Then they shuffle each non-land permanent they control into its owner's library. If it ever comes down to the -12, you're probably just winning there on the spot, honestly. So what else do we got in the build then to fill it out? Got a couple Candletraps, a pretty solid enchantment that can slow down a valuable creature that the opponent is slamming into your face. We got 4 March of the Wretched Sorrow here. So X and a black instant speed. As an additional cost to cast this spell, you may exile any number of black cards from your hand. We're not going to be using this top ability very often in this build because we're kind of just splashing the black in here for the sake of the Ascendancy and the March, of course. But yeah, if you do that, this spell costs 2 less to cast for each card exiled this way. I suppose it would be possible to get rid of another March of the Wretched Sorrow to make this cost 2 less, so I guess we would do that sometimes. So March of the Wretched Sorrow deals X damage to target creature or planeswalker, and you gain X life. Nice. And so it was very important to choose X cards that it would be easy to make X equals 0, right? So we could just play this out as a 1-mana March of the Wretched Sorrow. Don't do any damage, still target a creature, whatever you got to do, and then start the ball, get the ball rolling on the Ascendancy, right? And so equally, that's important for Light Up the Stage, or sorry, Light Up the Night. This is X and a red sorcery speed. Light Up the Night deals X damage to any target. It deals X +1 damage instead if that target is a creature or a planeswalker. Nice. So if you do X is 0 and it's a 1-mana value card and you target a creature, it can still do that 1 damage. So that's pretty cool. Also has a flashback here as well. For 3 and a red, you can remove X loyalty counters from among planeswalkers you control If you cast this spell this way, X can't be 0, so that's important to note. And then, of course, we can take those counters off of Teferi, which honestly probably has a bunch of counters on it if the opponent didn't kill it, so nice. Have a couple Circle of Confinements because, yeah, this early removal is going to be important. A couple Spirited Companions, and to this day, it breaks my heart that this is just not an actual spirit. Instead, it's just a dog. Still a great card in here, though, because it's an enchantment, and, you know, drawing a card is important, and it works really well with Restoration of Eiganjo, too. For that first chapter, you can get that Plains out of your deck. In the second chapter, you can discard a card, and when you do, return target permanent card with mana value 2 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. So hitting a Spirited Companion after this is pretty sweet. Then it flips into Architect of Restoration. Now, the Architect isn't a spirit, but whenever it attacks or blocks, it does create a 1/1 colorless spirit creature token, which of course works with the spirits on the Hallowed Haunting, which is freaking sweet. Okay, another reason to add red in here. Bitter Reunion, a 2-mana enchantment. When Bitter Reunion enters the battlefield, so another one that's going to work well with Restoration, you may discard a card. If you do, draw 2 cards. Just a great way to filter through the deck, but then this actually gives the deck a lot of explosive power because for 1 mana you can sacrifice it. Creatures you control gain haste until the end of turn. So if you're just slamming down a bunch of enchantments and getting a bunch of Hallowed Haunting spirits and stuff, or maybe spirits on the Ascendancy, you can then give them haste and swing in for a bunch of damage on the same turn. That sounds pretty cool. But also, giving haste to things like the Fable of the Mirrorbreaker token or even Reflection could be very valuable. So naturally, we have 4 Fable of the Mirrorbreakers. Even though it doesn't fit the spirit theme, it does fit the enchantment theme in here, and it's just a very powerful card, isn't it? Okay, we also have a Silver Scrutiny as well for X and double blue. You may cast Silver Scrutiny as though it had flash if X is 3 or less, and then draw X cards. So a pretty great way to restock the hand here. But we're kind of splashing blue too. I know that sounds weird with all the double blue mana value cards, right? But it's still kind of just splashed in here. The mana base was ridiculous. I refined the mana base like, I don't even know, like 60 times. And I think I seriously landed on something solid over here. So it looks like a mess, but it was, I believe, well thought through. And surprisingly, I don't think we're going to have any issues with the mana today, but we'll see, right? Okay, we also have the Elder Dragon War in here. Another saga, another pretty powerful enchantment. Sometimes it's just going to be important to wipe the board. 2 damage to every creature could be pretty solid. Also helps us filter through on the second chapter there. And then we also get a dragon. So a 4/4 flying dragon, never hurt anything. And it has read ahead too, so worst comes to worst, you just drop this for 4 mana and get a dragon if you don't want to do the other 2 abilities, right? So, yeah. Is that all the cards? Oh my goodness, there's so much packed in here, guys. There's so much to go over. Yeah, we have a Seat of the Empire in the mana base as well, and I don't even, like, if you guys are interested in me going over my thought process for mana bases, let me know down in the comments. This time around, I'm gonna skip it, but if enough people say I am interested, how the heck did you solve this mana base, let me know. Yeah, let me know if you're interested. Honorable mentions, guys. Now, some of the cards in the original suggestion deck list were pretty solid, and just because I wanted to squeeze red in here, that's why some of them didn't make it. So the Modern Age would have been pretty cool in here, and it flips into that spirit too, and honestly, it's not bad. We played with the Modern Age in the past, and even though on the surface it looks a little janky, in the right build, it's actually pretty good. I like it a lot. Behold the Unspeakable is another really cool one, and this one is actually, like, if you don't have some of these top-end cards like Teferi or... Oh, I didn't go over Lier. Like I said, there's a lot packed in here, huh? Yeah, we also have a Lier in here as well. Spells can't be countered. Sounds good to me. Each instant and sorcery. Not too many in here, but this is still important. Each instant and sorcery card in your graveyard has flashback. The flashback cost is equal to that card's mana cost. So being able to flash back a March of the Wretched Sorrow or a Light Up the Night sounds pretty good to me. It's also a 3/4 body, which counts for something. You know, cut down doesn't hit it and stuff like that. Anyways, honorable mentions. Reckoner Bankbuster here. So it's not an enchantment. It does work well with a lot of the cards in here, but yeah, the main reason it's not an enchantment. So other than that, it would be pretty solid in a deck list like this. Catilda, yeah, I could totally see it since its power is equal to spirits and or enchantments that you control, and like the lifelink's pretty good. There's a lot of vampires being played right now too, so yeah, Behold the Unspeakable. You could probably replace some of the top end cards with Behold the Unspeakable, and it would work pretty well. Even if you're not replacing it, like you could replace the Lier with it, that would be pretty cool. And then it does work well with Teferi because of that second chapter there too, so nice. March of the Otherworldly Light. I think Wretched Sorrow is going to be a little bit better here. A little bit easier to actually do. X is 0 for a 1 mana cost card as well, so yeah. Syncopate's another X card that should probably be considered, but I didn't want to add any counterspells to this deck, as counterspells are the worst. And then Mishra's Command is another cool one to consider as well, so yeah. Didn't find room in the list this time, but if you want to try out the command, you can drop a Light Up the Night and add a Mishra's Command. Okay, guys, holy cow, that took forever, and I apologize. Lots packed in here. Let's go ahead, hop into some ranked, and see how we do. We'll see if we can get right into that first match. Heck yeah, we do. Every time, guys. It's so rare to have to wait for that first game. Okay, we got our white source. We don't have our double white, but I think we're fine here. We go first as well. We'll start with the tower. The ranks just reset. Rabbit battery. Oh no, are we already in danger? Okay, we have March for 1 if we want to go Sulfurous Springs, but I'm actually not too concerned. So let's just wait. We also had the Circle of Confinement, but I want to see what they're rocking. Yeah, Phoenix Chick. I would say the Rabbit Battery would be the better choice. Oh, nice. Fable of the Mirror Breakers, just a terrific draw there. Yeah, the Light Up the Night can take care. Actually, we're just pretty solid on removal right now, so. Okay, gonna hold the battery back. Should we take the 4 or block here? I think we take the 4. Because if we... Nice, we find mana too. Wow. Kind of like the double Hallowed Hauntings, but we are taking a lot of damage. We're gonna want to circle this turn, maybe? No, I could risk it. Let's decline. We could totally risk it. Keep the Shaman as a blocker and get the Hallowed Haunting down. It's so risky, guys. It's so risky. Down to 12, and we will chump with the 2/2 this turn, especially if they go right into a Raiju. That would be terrifying. Second Stormseeker is equally as bad. Plugs it into the Phoenix Chick. They want to spread this out because we're going to be blocking. Taking 5 damage here, down to 7. And now we're going to be using our spirits as chump blockers. And using our March of the Wretched Sorrow on stuff as well. So, Xander's Lounge, not bad. We also have the Reflection to chump block too. Nice. We could go the second Hallowed Haunting instead of removal. We take another damage down to 6. It's so risky. So we have X is 1 here, so we're not going to risk it this time, guys. We're not. We're going to take one of the Stormseekers. because we have Light Up the Night for 1, which deals 2 damage to the Phoenix Chick then. And should we do it on our turn? Because sometimes mono red has like antagonized and stuff. Yes, we should. Yes, we should. Because that would really ruin that piece of removal for us. Opponent's probably thinking, what an oddball deck. Ooh, Devastator lands. They definitely want to give that extra, yeah, the Devastator. Oh no, guys. Oh no. Okay, more Pain land. That's not good news. I mean, I guess it's fine since March of the Wretched Sorrow hits the Devastator so well. And again, do we just do this on our turn? In case this is the style of deck that runs Antagonize? I guess so. Let's hit that Devastator, get it out of here. Hope they don't have a second one. But we're back up to 8, so that's good news. Keep the blockers on the ground. We're running out of cards, though, and they are not, which is scary. Also, rocking the roadside, too. Oh, Devastator number 2! That's 5 damage in the air. Oh, no, guys. Bitter Reunion. Yep, we better do it. We're looking for removal for the Devastator now. Actually, we're really, really running low. Oh, the Flyers, huh? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. It looks like the Devastator got them there, guys. Aw, man. We got to see the Ascendancy, though, which is pretty cool. And we can actually copy... Let's go for a swing. We're dead here. This is pretty fun. This is pretty fun, guys. Bitter Reunion. That's pretty cool, man. Good game, yeah. Very good game, opponent. And again, like, we had no issues. It's like I was saying when I was going over the deck. We had no issues with the mana base, which is awesome. It's crazy to me that we can successfully rock like 4 colors and be pretty greedy with like the double pips and stuff. Like Hallowed Haunting has double white. The Dragon Saga has double red. We have a bunch of double blue in the deck, but yeah, I don't think it holds it back by any means, so. Woo, but yeah, if they didn't have the second Devastator, I think we would still be in that match, guys. I do believe that. The end of the war is marked by Urza using his latent magical abilities. So, do you guys read those? Anyone into the lore behind Magic? I should probably get into the lore a little bit. You know, educate myself a little bit on the background of the sets and whatnot. So we have 25 total mana in this build. We have a draw on Companion. Not right away, though. Opponent? Where are you going, opponent? Come back! No! Oh, well. Onwards to the next one, huh? That's pretty funny. Was I taking too long? Or did they have a bad hand? Jeez. Alright, opponent, what are you bringing to the table, buddy? Okay, no black source, that's fine. Especially when we have Fable and Bitter Reunion. Yeah, good. I like it. I like it. We're gonna go turn 2 Bitter Reunion here. I'm actually gonna ditch one of the Deserted Beaches. Because we draw 2, there's a good chance we'll find more mana as well. Another Fable, nice. Tenacious Underdog, okay. 2 March of the Wretched Sorrows. No black source in hand. I'm not too concerned about it. Even if they remove this Shaman, we have another Fable for next turn. Liliana, yep, that gets rid of the Shaman, and they get a swing for 3 here. Then we have to start to consider which cards we're going to be discarding to the Liliana. So we'll ditch one of the Marches, and I really want to keep the Ascendancy so we can actually see it do a thing. Circle of Confinement's great removal for the underdog. So let's just ditch one March and see what we find. Another Fable. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, we'll get that Fable down. If it's our only hope. Yeah, I dropped the Deserted Beach in hopes that we would be able to find more mana easily, and now I'm wondering. So the other March can be alright to send to the grave. It's a little unfortunate, but I think keeping 3 Fables is better right now, since it sure seems like this is going to be a game where we struggle to see things, maybe. So, like, in those matches, Fable is much better than removal. And we'll take that 3, because if they don't have removal, we can swing at that Liliana and take care of it. It's going to be maybe a Sheoldred this turn. Another underdog. I'm assuming that's going to block. Oh, definitely, since they can power up Bankbuster to block here. Okay, we did find a Raffine's Tower. That is huge. Okay. So now the question is, is it okay to get rid of the other Fable? Not really. I'm going to keep everything, guys. Play our land. So if we target the Tenacious Underdog with Circle, then they're going to power up the Bankbuster anyways, because they want to be able to use that Liliana next turn. So the question here comes then, do we swing with this regardless to get that 4th mana to get Hallowed Haunting down, and then start getting spirits from that? I think that's the answer. I think that's what we want to do. That seems pretty good to me. They don't know what's in hand, too. We have, like, the Stormcarved Coast, which might be burn. So, like, if they power up Bankbuster, we might have Play with Fires. The opponent doesn't know what we're rocking here. Also, we could have used Bitter Reunion to give haste to the Reflection and then copy the Shaman. Oh, that could have been cool. Could have been. Get that Hallowed Haunting down. Okay, what are we discarding? Not the Fable, right? I don't know, because 3 Fables is very difficult for any deck to go up against. I think something that would be pretty bad would be... Well, Invoke Despair isn't too bad, because we have the Bitter Reunion to ditch to it instead of one of our good good enchantments, right? Go for a draw, probably looking for the 5th mana, is my assumption. We should probably block. We should probably block. Because that's a lot of damage. Liliana's going to go plus. I still don't know which one we're getting rid of, honestly. Since the Bankbuster's tapped, we can successfully go Circle. Get a Spirit. If we draw a mana, we could do, like, Fable and Circle. I'd love to get the Ascendancy on the board. Reflection's gonna flip here soon too. They bring the Cult Conscript back. What are we discarding, guys? Ah! Alright, it's gotta be the Ascendancy. Oh no! Alright, yeah, it's funny, but I do think the Fable of the Mirror Breakers, like, the 3 of right now. We drew another one! Oh my goodness, guys. Well, let's get some spirits, let's get some goblins. I would love to use that Circle, but let's take care of this Liliana. And we will end up swinging with you and you. I'd probably trade with the Reflection again, so let's take care of this Liliana. Is that how we wanted to do that? Yeah. Okay. I'd say, overall, this is going pretty well. Tenacious Underdog being blitzed back. They're going for that damage, guys. Oh, they don't power up the Bank Buster, which lets us block the other Underdog here successfully. And now it's a matter of, can we gain life before they drop all 4 of their Invoke Despairs on our face, right? They don't have the 5th mana yet, so. I'll ditch the Candletrap. It doesn't, like, hit the Cult Conscript well, and it doesn't hit, like, Shieldreds and stuff very well either. Well, then again, more spirits. I'm gonna decline this, guys, as crazy as that sounds. We have a Circle of Confinement for the Conscript, though. So, I guess we play everything. I guess we do everything here. Maybe not. Yeah, we'll save Candletrap for next turn if they play something better, I guess. I'm sorry, opponent. I'm thinking a little bit here. This is more damage too if we do it before combat. And I am gonna be swinging here because we have 3 creatures now. Candletrap's ready. It is enchant creature, so we can't put it on the Bank Buster. Although we could just put it on one of our own for more spirits, so that way we can successfully block Bank Buster. Yeah, Invoke Despair number 1. So we're actually going to ditch the Goblin Shaman here as the creature. And we will ditch the... See, this one's flipping to Reflection. We'll ditch this Fable and get the Reflection next turn. How do you guys feel about that? Don't want them to get the Cult Conscript back right now. Yeah, I think that makes sense. We're down to 4. Scary business, guys. This comes out. We can put Candletrap on this. All these become 4. I think that's what we do. Candletrap our own creature. And then swing in for game. Nice. That was sweet, guys. Oh my goodness. Let's go. All the Fable of the Mirror Breakers. So, of course, what sucks about that match is we did get to see the Obscura Ascendancy actually do anything because of that Liliana making us discard. The March of the Wretched Sorrows would have been pretty good, but since we didn't see that black source early on, it made sense to get rid of those to the Liliana, you know? And also, I think we filtered, too. But yeah, 1, 2, 3 Fables, or all 4 Fables, right? Because one was on the board still, so that's a little bit ridiculous, but it works. It's a great card, so I guess whatever works, right? Man. Yeah, that was pretty solid. I'm actually pretty pleased with how the deck is working out right now. Red against Izzet? Wait a minute. I'm not playing red, so I'm guessing the opponent's not playing Izzet, right? Ooh, it's a little bit slow. I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it to try it. Good, more removal is fine. Play our Triome down, right? Fable, nice. I mean, we like to see it, so... Okay, we have March of the Wretched Sorrow open here. For 1, for X is 1. Opponent's not going to play anything. That probably means... that Fable eats a counter. Is it still worth trying? Probably not. Which one would we prefer the counter on? No, it's still worth trying. Because this could be... Yeah, nice. Okay. Sweet. So, a reason to hold it back would be wait till Okay, it's that new deck, guys. It's the one I keep seeing with the Union of the Third Path, and it also has like a splash of black in here too. Wait, what the crap is that? And a lay down arms. They're cleaning up Fable, but it took them 2 cards to do that. And now we can successfully get Hallowed Haunting down too without worrying. Well, it could be like a Spell Pierce, but I feel like they would have used that on the Fable. Nice, let's do this. Hallowed Haunting down. Now I'm scared of Disenchant. Anyways, yeah, we're seeing like this new... It's like a 4-color control deck, because it also has the Raffine's Tower. Or maybe it doesn't actually have... Maybe it's just using the Raffine's Tower as a cycle land. Honestly, that's possible, so... Alright, let's try the Teferi. Okay, sweet. Let's go ahead and get a spirit going.
I've always got time to fight. It's nice to see a
Hey, you stay away from my spirit. You stay away from my little buddy with your infinite removal. Yeah, Union of the Third Path, man. This card's scary. But right now, we can totally play the long game too, so... Hey, they got their own Teferi. Nice. Well, Light Up the Night does... I keep calling this Light Up the Stage, don't I? That's fine. If we swing here, they block, but we're successful, and then we still have Light Up the Night. But also, we could just, like, march for X's 2. And then swing at the Teferi. Kind of clean this up. Careful with the auto tapper, by the way. That looks good to me, though. That looks good to me. We're gonna get another... Gonna get another spirit down, and I guess, honestly, Bitter Reunion, we didn't... Yeah, we had to swing it to Teferi, so it didn't really affect too much anyways. But if it would have affected, like... how much damage was hitting their face or something, then that would have mattered. Dude, Teferi's gross, man. Teferi's gross. We have another Bitter Reunion, too, and like, I mean, come on. If we draw mana, we can go Hallowed Haunting into Bitter Reunion. Okay, Restoration. I'll take... It's 11 on the board. I guess Hallowed Haunting. Just get this down, get it ready. Bitter Reunion though, huh? Alright. We're going for big damage this time, guys. Because Wandering Emperor doesn't do what they would hope. Let's see if we can get more draw power here. And Circle of Confinement probably isn't doing too much right now. Nice, nice, nice. Now we can give the new one haste. So cool. We're doing it. Like I said, we're going for big damage this turn. And it is big damage too, so... Vigilance on all of them. 19 damage, right? They did find removal for the big one. Oh, March for 0. Nice. Alright, still 11 damage here. Do they have more? Wandering Emperor, they can block. They can block, but they can't go for the minus, so they are going to block the 7/7. I feel like we have them on the run, guys. I don't know about you, but I'm feeling pretty confident. Honestly, though, anything could happen. Let's be real. Yeah, and anything could happen. We got this Lier, huh? Lay down arms. Yep, nice. Yep, they're finding removal, so... Produce another Samurai to block. We might drop the Lier this turn. It doesn't look like the type of deck. Okay, Xander's Lounge. I'll play that. Right? Is that what we want to do? Get Lier down. Light Up the Night is also fine. And then we swing at Wandering Emperor, take care of it. I guess that's probably a little bit better. So we do X is 1. Take out the Samurai. We have 3 open for the Restoration. It does suck that we didn't have our Hallowed Haunting. Like, Soul Partition being really, really good against big cards like Hallowed Haunting, huh? Oh, we can get Ascendancy down this turn, potentially. We're probably going to get another creature off of Teferi here.
I'm never done for good.
And then let's get the Ascendancy down. Get that ready to go, huh? Excuse me, guys. Dissipate. Oh, no. Oh, no. My Ascendancy. And they found a Union. It doesn't gain them too much. Oh, it was land. GG, opponent. GG, buddy. Nice. We got back up to gold after the ranks reset. Yeah, the deck feels cool. It feels like there's a lot of options. Once Teferi's on the board, if you can like maintain that board state, then you're probably golden. We're gonna try to get one more in, but if it ends up running longer and it starts leaning towards the opponent, then we'll just give it to the opponent and that's fine. Like, there's no worries there. All right, let's see. Yeah, not a bad hand, honestly. It's fine. We already have all 4 mana colors in this hand, so we draw off Companion. It is, like, I guess a little risky keeping a 2-land opener, but nice. Now we don't have to take the damage to get the Companion down. And we definitely want to save the Circle of Confinement for the bigger, badder soldiers. Because it, you know, 3 or less, so. Okay, Valiant Veteran. Yeah, that's probably a good enough target for the Circle, honestly. But we do have enough for Fable, which might just be better here. We'll get the caves down. Yeah, Fable might be better. Alright, I'll go Fable. Here's why it might be better. Because next turn, we can swing with this Goblin Shaman, have 2 open red sources for the Dragon War, and then wipe a potential huge board state over there. Or I should say potentially wipe, as long as we hit that veteran. So like a second veteran, that would be bad. That would be particularly bad. Unless they ended up blocking with it when we swing with the Shaman, then it would be good again. Okay, second veteran, yeah. I mean, they probably don't swing with this first one because we can double block. So, okay, they do because they can plug the 1/1 into it, that's right. Frontliner is really surprising how good it actually is. Alright, I'm going to chump with Companion, since it's going to die next turn, potentially anyways. And we are really, really hoping that they block with... Oh, they got a recruitment officer instead now. Okay, it's going to have to be Circle of Confinement first to take one of the veterans. Oh no, Ascendancy. I say oh no, because it looks like another game where we won't be able to play it. Hallowed Haunting's probably a little better than Teferi against such an aggressive deck that can just take out Teferi easily, right? So Xander's Lounge. This is good news, because now we have the double red if we don't want to swing with the Goblin Shaman. If we get Ascendancy down this turn, we have nothing to get the ball rolling. No 1-cost cards. So I think it's got to be Circle of Confinement this turn. We could swing get Hallowed Haunting down too, but then we're just like super dead. Yeah, I think that's still the best bet. We could swing. They could have a third Valiant Veteran. Super sketchy, guys, because our hand is very expensive. Like everything in this hand is very, very expensive. But now that we have double red on the board, getting the Elder Dragon War down. Brutal Cathar. That doesn't buff the veteran. It does hit the token very well, though. So I think we're about to wipe their board. We're down to 7. Another Ascendancy. Goodbye, Reflection. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Reflection. Okay. We'll probably ditch one Ascendancy and one Hallowed Haunting because like they're so slow in comparison to what the opponent's doing right now. Yeah, this is bad. We're taking 3 down to 4. Actually, they won't have a board state here. Another Ascendancy. I'll tell you what, guys. We're gonna completely redraw. I would love to see the Ascendancy in play, but there's not enough mana on board. 25 land in the deck. Watch us draw all land. Okay. Lier's a great blocker. Fable's good. Light Up the Night is sorcery speed. Alright. Let's get the Lier down. It's a solid blocker, guys. It really is. This is about to flip into a dragon, and we might be able to pull this off. That's all 3 of our Ascendancies. Oh no. Oh no, guys. I do think it would be easy to pull off the Ascendancy. We're not seeing it right now, but with this deck, like I do think it would be easy. Right now we're running though, like we're like in some serious danger. They got their 5th mana, so this Foundry could be pretty dangerous. They go for the Brutal Cathar, take the Lier. Oh no, it's nighttime. Nice. Okay, that's probably good news for us. Except we can't target it well. Yeah, we can't target it because of the ward pay 3 life and we happen to be at 3. We go Fable number 2, but I think we can finally start getting the Hallowed Hauntings down. Since we're not doing Light Up the Night this... Uh-oh. We have to take a damage to do this. Worth it. Let's do it. Let's do it, guys. Down to 2. We have 2 blockers here. Oh no. Oh no. If they find a mana, they can power up both Foundries and swing. Oh no. Oh no, guys. That's not good. Maybe they won't find a mana. You do not have a Plains. It is not in your hand. Don't do it. Don't do it, opponent. Okay, it doesn't look like they have it. Whew, okay. Ah, man. Yeah, that could have been bad, because we're so low on life that all they need to do is go wide enough. Lay down arms. Oh. Oh no. Simple removal. I forgot about that. Yeah, power up Foundry full swing. Oh no, I should have went Fable of the Mirror Breaker, guys, because not only does that get us an extra blocker, but it also wouldn't have cost 1. Oh wait, we're back up to 5 though. I keep doing that, and like the past like 3 videos, I keep forgetting that lay down arms actually gives us life. So that's good news, right? That's great news, actually. So we're back up to 5. Whew. They take the Lier, but we're about to get it back here. So this is actually pretty good because we get a Plains, we play the Plains, we have Light Up the Night for 2. We only need it for 1 though, but 2 would be fine too, depending on what's in their hand. And this also gets us a Spirit as well. but Fable of the Mirrorbreaker gets us an extra. And then we do light up the night for 1. Alright, I like that. I like that. And then we're about to get Lier back here too. Yeah, Fable of the Mirrorbreaker is just disgusting. It does so much for us, guys. It really does. So I wonder if that's like a soul partition or something. X is 1. Hit that Cathar. Excuse me, guys. Excuse me. Now let's see if this Lier can actually do some work for us too this game, because now we have the flashback for X and red on the Light Up the Night. It really depends what's left in their hand. But now we have so many enchantments to drop. Like our second Hallowed Haunting, it might be a nail in the coffin. This really showcased the downside to lay down the arms, where that 3 life can mean a world of difference when it matters the most. We got a 6th mana here, and I think that's fine. Excuse me. We're going to keep all of this and swing with the Goblin Shaman, so that way we can play Hallowed Haunting and the Restoration this turn. So, decline. Get this down, right? That's our second white source. Hallowed Haunting number 2. And we're going to keep this first Spirit Cleric back as a blocker, so honestly, I don't know why I'm doing this before combat. Oh, it's waiting on me. I'm sorry, opponent. For some reason, I thought it was waiting on you. It's looking like we're going to be able to pull this back. It's looking like it. We are 47 minutes in, so... Right after this, we'll hop into the final thoughts, and I'm pleased, guys. I'm actually very pleased. It's not every day you get to put together a 4-color deck and just have it be pretty consistent overall. I'd say overall these matches were pretty consistent. So we get 2 more spirits here, and this is just, yeah, this is a lot. This is a lot, to say the least. We get our planes, and then we get to bring something back too. I don't even remember what's in our grave at this point. Let's give it a look-see. Next turn. It's mana value 2 or less, right? Yeah. That'd be sweet if we could bring an Ascendancy back. Our little old spirited companion looks like it's gonna come back. Aw, GG opponent. GG, buddy. Wow, guys, we were able to pull that off, man. Let's go. That's pretty sweet. Oh, man. Let's go ahead and hop into the final thoughts here. I really like the deck, guys. This was a lot of fun. First of all, I couldn't wait to actually play with the new Teferi. There's not a lot of builds that I put together that Teferi works in, and these spirits are disgusting. Dude, this card is just nasty. If you can pull it off and you can keep it alive, then it'll just run away with the game easily. But I think you guys already knew that, right? The Elder Dragon War really came into play in that last match there. We didn't get to see Ascendancy, but the deck is based around Ascendancy. The problem is we were kind of like, I don't want to say on the run every game, to the point where we had to get something onto the board. Instead, like, we didn't have too many like turns where we could just do nothing and play the Ascendancy and then wait, right? Other than that, I think once it's on the board, I think it's going to be easy with this particular deck to get the ball rolling. You saw the mana base worked pretty well overall, especially when we have the Fable to help fix our mana with treasures. We have Bitter Reunion to filter through the deck even further, and of course the second chapter on Fable to filter through as well. Drawing on Companion, the removal was sweet. Circle of Confinement came into play. Candletrap came in just as an enchantment in that one game and helped us win against Mono Black, which was awesome. Didn't get to see the Silver Scrutiny, and we didn't get to actually play anything off the Lier. But Lier, I feel like, is still going to be worth it, because you guys saw how, you know, Light Up the Night came back there as a little X red cost thing. So just getting our main sources of removal back from the grave after we're discarding a lot of them to like Fable and Bitter Reunion and stuff, and spells can't be countered, happens to be important in a blue deck that doesn't have counter spells too. So I think it's worth it, but you could totally drop it if you don't want it in here, I suppose, right? Is there anything else to go over here, guys? We're 50 minutes in. Restoration was cool. Yeah, this was like one of those decks where there's like a balance. There's just like a really fine-tuned balance here in the build. At least that's what it feels like, right? If you're seeing a lot more soldiers, then you probably want to go up more Elder Dragon Wars. And if you want the deck to be better overall, honestly, I don't know. I guess the Ascendancy, which is a shame. That kind of takes away the soul of the deck, though, and that wouldn't be very fun, in my opinion. However, there might actually be some kind of competitive list here somewhere, like in Boros enchantments or something, or if you want to keep that to Teferi, I guess like Jeskai enchantments, right? And you cut the black, the splash of black out of the deck here, and then add more removal based on these three colors. Maybe, honestly, I don't know. I really like this one though. Either way, hey, if you made it this far into the video, then y'all are champions, and I super duper appreciate you, and I will see you in the next video.